Okay, so first of all, I will give you the description of your task 2. Okay, so basically the description is the intern will explore the basic data types using the pandas library in Python, and your responsibility is to learn how to read CSV file, and you have to load a CSV file. Okay, and you have to perform simple data cleaning tasks such as handling missing values and removing duplicates. Okay, and we have to perform a basic data manipulation operations like filtering, sorting. Okay, so this is your description and your responsibility of your task 2. Okay, now I'm going to share the code of your task 2. Okay, so in this, first of all, your first task is to import the pandas library into your Jupyter notebook. Okay, so pandas library there are many inbuilt functions like read function, info function, describe function. So this is the basic library that you have to import every time. Okay, so first of all, we have to import the pandas library, okay, into your Jupyter notebook as PD. This is the syntax for importing the panda library, and this is the keyword of the pandas library, okay, which is PD. So you have to import pandas as PD. Okay. Then your second task is to load a CSV file into your Jupyter notebook. What is CSV file? CSV is a comma separated value file. Okay, which is the data set that we given to you. Okay. So you have to import that data set into your Jupyter notebook. Okay. So for this, first of all, you have to create a variable. You know how to create a variable. You have to create a variable name, any name you can take, then equal sign, then you have to use pd.read underscore csv function. Okay, this function you have to use. Then inside the parentheses and in between the inverted commas, you have to copy the location of your file. Okay, so how to copy this location and how to paste it here? So you have to go where your file is downloaded. Okay, you have to go there, the downloads part where your file is downloaded. Okay, so this is here is my file. So you have to click here and you have to click right. Okay, you have to click right and it will show the properties part. Okay, you have to go in properties part and this kind of page will going to be occur in your desktop. Okay, so you have to copy this location part first and you have to paste it here. Okay, then don't forget to add the double slashes in between. You have to use double slashes. Here is double slashes. After the downloads, you have to use double slashes. Then also double slashes here. Then also double slashes here, and then also double slashes here. Okay. So yes. So first of all, you have to copy the location part. Okay. You have to Yes. So you have to first copy this location part. You have to paste it here. Then you have to use the double slashes and in between. Then you have to copy this title part, and you have to paste it here. Okay. And don't forget to add the .csv in the end because this is your .csv type of file. Okay, comma separated value. So you have to use .csv in the end. Okay. So this is how you can import your data set into the Jupyter notebook. Okay. Now we'll use some of the functions for analyzing our variables, our columns. Okay. So here we are using the type function for checking the type of our data set. Okay. And here we call the data set, which is the data variable. Okay. Here we call that. So type of your data is the pandas.code.frame.dataframe. Okay. Now we'll show the concise summary of your data set. Okay, so by using the info function basically gives you the concise summary of your data set, the names of your all columns, okay, and some of the rows. Okay, so this is your concise summary. These are the column names in your data set, which is observation, Y kappa, chip rate, BSM ratio, so on. Okay, and it will also tell you that how many rows and how many columns are there in your data set. So 324 rows and 23 columns are there in your data set. Okay, now comes the another function which is describe function. So describe function will give you the descriptive statistics of your data set. Okay, descriptive statistics means this. So it will give you the value of this fixed function, which is count min, yesterday min, 25%, 50%, 75% max. So it will show you the values of this, of the each column, that y kappa count is this, y kappa mean, y kappa column mean is this, chip rate column mean is this, like so on, of each column. Okay, so describe function will tell you the descriptive statistics. Okay, now till here we have analyzed our data set. Okay, that these are the names of our column names that are present. Okay, these are the numbers and these are the columns present in our data set, and this is our descriptive statistics. Now what we have to do, we have to drop the duplicate rows. Okay, you know the meaning of duplicate means the rows which is occurring more than one time, you have to delete that. Okay, so for this you have to use dot drop underscore duplicate functions. Okay, drop underscore duplicates function. This function you have to use for dropping the duplicate rows. Okay, after implementing this function, here is your result. In this, all the duplicate rows is removed. So how can you check this? See here, the previous rows were the 324 and 23 columns. Now the rows is 301 rows and 23 columns. Means all the duplicate rows is deleted from our data set. Okay, this is the first method for cleaning our data set. Okay, now we'll clean our data set. Okay, so this is the first method. We have to remove the duplicate rows. Now what we have to do, second cleaning part. Okay, then we have to check whether our data set containing null values or not. Okay, so basically what is null values? Null values is the empty values in your particular column. Okay, so here null, this means the null values. There is no value here, so this is empty, this is null. Okay, so we have to remove this. First of all, we have to check whether there are null values or not, then we have to remove it. Okay, so for checking we are using the isNull function. Okay, data dot isNull, we have to use this variable name in which we imported our data set. Okay, then dot isNull function. So isNull function will give you answer in the boolean form, which is true and false. Okay, so it will give you true if the value is null, otherwise it will give you false. So here it will show you it showed you true because in the chiplet column, in the 299, 300 and 301 row, here are null values present. So here it showed the true and rest all are the false. Okay, and here is true because there are null values here. Okay, so its null function will give you true if there are null values, otherwise it will give you false. Okay, then comes the another function which is null dot sum. Okay, so is null dot sum, this sum function will calculate the total null values in the particular column, that how many null values in the particular column. Okay, so there are 0 null values in the observation column, 0 null values in the y kappa column, 4 null values in your chip rate column. Okay, and 14 null values in your BFCM ratio column, and like so. Okay, so some function will sum the null value in your particular column. Okay, now comes the not null function. This is just the opposite of your is null function. Okay, it will give you true if the values are not null. Okay, and it will give you false if the values are null. Okay, so it's just the opposite of the is null function. Okay, so now here we check that here we use two sums function. Okay, so here we have used the two sums function. Okay, means this two sum function is null dot sum. This function will sum the total null values in your data set. Okay, here is the only one sum is used. It shows you the null values in the particular column. Then if we add here another sum, then it will show you the total null values, like total by adding all these null values. Okay, so this is the 352 is the total null values present in our data set. Okay, so this is clear. Okay, this is clear that there are null values. Now we have to handle the null values. Okay, so there are three methods for handling the null values. Okay, for filling the null values. So this is your first method for handling your null values. So here what we do, we have to use fill any function. Fill any means fill null values. Okay, fill null values. And here inside the parenthesis we have to mention the value equal 0. So this 0 will going to be filled in the places of null value. Okay, see here the result 0 0 0. Okay, and here also 0 0 0 means the integer that you're going to use here, okay, value equals in 0, okay, in the place of 0, that integer will going to be placed in the position of the null values. Okay, so this is the first method for filling the null values. Okay, now there is no null values because all are the filled with the number of 0. Okay, now we'll check the total null value present. So here answer is 0 because all the null values is filled by the 0 value. Okay, so this is your first method for filling the null values. Now comes the second method, okay, which is you have to use method equal path. So this is your forward filling and this is your third method, which is your B fill. This is your backward filling. So I'll tell you that what is forward filling and backward filling. So this is your original data set. Okay. Now see my cursor here 15.167 value. In forward filling, this value will come here, here and here. Okay. This is the forward filling. And in the backward filling, this value 14.308 will come here, here and here. Okay, so this is your backward filling. So this is your forward filling and this is your backward filling. So this is the another method for filling your null values. Okay, so for forward filling you have to use fill any function, and here you have to mention the method equal in inverted commas. You have to write the pad. Okay, so this is for forward fill. So now you will see the result 15.167 value is here, here and here. Okay, similarly for backward filling you have to use method bfill. Rest all the syntaxes are same. You have to use bfill method, then you'll see that 14.308 value is here, here and here. Okay, so this is the backward filling. So these are the three methods to fill the null values. First is this, by assigning any value, okay, by your choice. Second is forward filling. Third is backward filling. Okay, so we have cleaned our data set. Okay, so we have cleaned our data set at the basic level. Okay, basic. Now we'll do some advanced version. Okay, so this is not necessary, but you have to do in your task. Okay, so we'll do some advanced version. Okay, now we'll clean our data set little bit more. So for this we have to import some of the libraries. Okay, so here I'm going to import the numpy library, numpy, and as np. Np is the keyword of this library. So this numpy library is, we have to use numpy library for handling the numeric data. Okay, these all are the numeric data. For handling the numeric data we have to write numpy library. Okay, and then comes the from scipy import stats. Okay, scipy is another cool library. There are many inbuilt functions in the scipy library, which is statistics, regression and many more. So from scipy library we are importing the stats. Okay, now this is the, yes, so now we'll clean our data set more. So we will detect and remove the outlier from our data set by using the method IQR. Okay, so what is outlier first? Okay, what is outlier? So basically outlier is the unwanted data set, unwanted data values that we don't want in our data set. Okay, unwanted. Okay, means just consider a scatter plot. Okay, see my cursor, this is the y-axis of the scatter plot and this is the x-axis of scatter plot. Scatter plot is the plot which shows you in the dot representation, which shows you the value in the dot representation. So here are all the dots, but you'll see that there is one dot here, here and here. Okay, so this is the unwanted, okay, this is the unwanted data, and it can alter the accuracy of your answer too. So we have to remove this outlier, this termed as outlier. Okay, unwanted data deviated from your deviated from your majority data values. Okay, so these are the outliers. We have to remove this outlier. So this we called as outlier, and for detecting the outliers, we have to use IQR method. IQR method is basically the full form of IQR is the interquartile range. Okay, this is the full form. So basically, it will give you the range. Okay, it will give you the particular range. Okay, and that is fixed range. You have to use only that range in all the data sets. Okay, so it will give you the specific range, and your data value should be in between this range. Okay, and if your data set is below or above this range, then it will be termed as the outlier. It will going to be termed as outlier, and it automatically removed from our data set. Okay, by using the IQR method. So IQR method will works only on the numeric data types. Okay, here we are seeing the observation column containing date time format. Okay, so we have to remove this observation column because IQR not work in the date time format. Okay, so for dropping the column, here you have to use drop function, and here we have mentioned the column name that we want to drop, means that we want to delete. So here is the observation column that we want to delete. Okay, and here x is equal 1. Here x is equal 1 means we are doing in the columns part. Okay, and here x is equal 0. If there is 0, then we are doing in the rows part. Okay, so this is the difference. And in place equal true means you are committing the changes permanently. Okay, means you are doing this change, you are deleting the observation column from the main original column. Okay, permanently. So now here is your column name, here observation column is deleted. Okay, now comes the IQR formula. So you have to mention Q1 data2 dot quantile 0.25. This is fixed. Okay, this is fixed formula. This is fixed formula. This is another formula. This is also fixed. Okay, data2 dot quantile 0.25, Q3 data2 dot quantile 0.75, and your IQR is Q3 minus Q1. So this is the IQR range of the each column. Okay, Y kappa column IQR is 4.550, chip rate column is there. So the data value should be in this range. In this particular column, the data value that are present in this particular column should be in between this range. Okay, otherwise it will be termed as outlier. So this tells you that from the 25th percentile, this is our 25th percentile, from 25th percentile till 75th percentile, your data value should be in between this 25th to 75. Okay, otherwise that will term as outlier. Okay, so now this is your fixed formula. It says if your data 2 is less than Q1 minus 1.5 into IQR. Okay, so this is the 1.5 into IQR is the formula that we have set for range. Okay, this is for range part. So if your data 2 is less than this formula, and if your data is above than this formula, dot any function will check that this formula will only apply in the appropriate function. Okay, and here x is equal 1 means we are doing in the columns. Okay, so this formula tells you that if your data is below than this formula or above than this formula, then it will be termed as outlier, and it will going to be removed from our data set. Okay, so now this is our completed clean data set. In there is no outlier. This is a clean data set. Okay, now we'll show the descriptive statistics of our clean data set. Okay, by using the describe function. So this is our descriptive statistics of our complete data set. Okay, so this was all your task 2. Okay, so this was all your task 2. First of all, you have to import the pandas library. Okay, then you have to load a CSV file. You have to copy the location and title part. Okay, this is how you have to load a CSV file. Then you have to use some of the function for analyzing a variable. This is the for checking the type of your data. This is on-site summary. This is descriptive statistics. Okay, then you have to drop the duplicates by using this function. Then you have to check whether our data set containing null values or not. Okay, so is null function give you true if they are containing nulls, otherwise false. So by using this for this functions, we get a clear vision that there are null values present in our data set, so we have to handle it. So there are three methods for handling null value. First is this, by filling the particular value, okay, in the place of null values. Second is this, forward filling, okay, by using the method pad. Third is backward filling by using the method vfill, okay. So till here we have sorted our null values, okay. Now we clean our mode data set, okay. So for this we have to import these two libraries. Then we have to detect the outlier. Outlier is the unwanted data that we don't want in our data set, by using the iqr. And iqr work only in the numeric data type, so this is the datetime format, so we have to remove the observation column. So this is how you can remove the function, and this is your iqr formula, okay. And this is your this is your fixed formula, okay. So this tell you that if your data is less than or above, it will be termed as outlier, and it will automatically delete by using this formula, okay. So this is a clean data set. Here is no outlier, here is no duplicate rows, and here are no null values, okay. And this is your proper clean data set of your, and this is your proper descriptive statistics of your clean data set, okay. So yes, this was all your task 2. I hope this is clear.